Hello. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited today because I want to introduce you an awesome person. This person, she knows a lot about gut health and how to keep people healthy and looking good at any time, anywhere, and doesn't matter if you're going through quarantine or not. I'd love to introduce you, bec.chin from Arbonne. Rebecca, on to you.
Hi, everybody. My name's Rebecca Chin, with Arbonne, as we've just been mentioned. And I'm here to spend just a couple of minutes with you today to help you understand a little bit more about your health, about nutrition, especially at this time. So, I
Thank
guess.
you. So before you start into Arbonne, I'd like to know a little bit more about yourself and then your story, how you ended up with Arbonne. If you could share that with us.
Yeah. So, okay, guys. A little bit about me. Don't let this face fool you. I'm actually a little bit older than I look. And it actually came about when I hit my 40s, and I was like, what's going on with my body? I was like eating as I always have had, same level of activity, but I was just gaining all this weight and feeling tired all the time. And hello, I'm a doctor's child. So I've been told ever since I was born, like all the good foods to eat and how to look after yourself. But I hit that age where I didn't know what was going on, and I just needed to feel better about me. Okay. And just so happened, a friend of mine reached out. A friend from corporate world reached out to me, and we just had a coffee chat, and we are just talking about life. And then she said, "Hey, why don't you, since you're feeling this way, why don't you check out these products that I have? They're all vegan and all without any nasty chemicals or ingredients. And I think if you try them, you'll actually love them and you'll feel amazing." So that began my whole journey of healthy living from the inside out. And I completely fell in love with Arbonne and what they stand for as a company. So that's how I fell in love with food and with nutrition and feeling great.
Oh, that's awesome. And guys, for those that actually um, haven't met her in person, she does not look her age. She looks like a child. And her skin is beautiful. She needs no makeup, nothing. She's just beautiful. And I think I know that I can relate with your story, and I know a lot of people that can relate to your story as well. And I think nowadays more than ever before, we're so more aware of what we are putting inside our bodies, and the fact that it's certified and it's vegan, and it's trying to be as clean as possible. That's very important. At least I know it's very important for me. And people, that shows from, like, as you said, from the inside out. But when you say from the inside out, are you saying that our guts and our stomach, or whatever you call it, that like it has a major impact on how we look as well?
Absolutely, Pina. Absolutely, guys. You know, you've heard the saying, what you eat is, what's that phrase now? I've completely lost it now. What you eat
You
is
are
what
what
happens
you
to your
eat.
body. You are what you eat. Yeah, it's not. It's not actually what you are what you eat. It's actually what you absorb is what you absorb is actually what happens to you. You are what you absorb. The reason being is that you could be having amazing salads every day, eating fruit, but guess what? The magic happens when the goodness in those foods actually get absorbed into your body and into your cells of your body, and that's where the magic happens. However, if I guess you want to call it the arteries, the tubes of your body, if it's not absorbing those goodness, it's basically in and out. It does not go anywhere. So you could be thinking and tricking yourself to thinking, I'm really living a really healthy life. And yet, actually, I would question, because unfortunately, we are actually exposed to toxins in our environment, toxins that we eat that we don't even know about. So a lot of what I do is about educating people. What are those toxins that are in our environment that we expose to ourselves each day, through, onto our skin, and we absorb that into our bloodstream, or that we actually eat and we think it's okay? Because guess what, guys? Foods today are not created in the same way as they were in our parents' time or our grandparents' time. So if you take, for example, an apple, the nutrition level of an apple back in our grandparents' time is nowhere near what we have today, as in it's a lot less today. So because of that, and because we are not eating enough of that goodness of those foods to compensate for the lower quality of nutrition in each of those items, we need to eat more. And we don't eat like all day, every day, right? So we need to have some supplements that help us boost the intake of vitamins and minerals. So I help people understand all of that. I help people understand how your body works, and how to get the maximum out of your nutrition so that you are functioning as your body was designed to function, and able to maintain that, upkeep that, get great energy, get great skin. Why not, right? And just feel amazing. So that's me.
Wow, and
So
I
yeah. So one
totally
last thing,
agree with
actually,
you. I totally
before I go back. Yeah, just one more thing. Sorry, I forgot to mention, when we absorb things, where that absorption actually occurs is in our gut, right? So Pina mentioned about gut health a moment ago. It is super, super important, especially at this time. Our gut actually is the engine room of our immune system for our body. So it's super important to look after our gut. And guess what, guys? There's actually a direct um, connection between our gut and our brain called the vagus nerve. So our serotonin, 95% of our serotonin is actually created in our gut. 5% is created in your brain. That's super important to understand where your hormones are created, because you need to look after that spot. So that's it. Thanks, Pina.
I totally agree with you, and it's funny because whenever I travel overseas, so I always try to keep eating healthy, and I always find myself, for example, I am in the U.S. and I eat healthy there, I feel bloated and I feel really bad. But whenever I go back to Italy, where I'm from, and usually I come from a little village, a little town where usually the food I'm eating, it was planted outside, like it came from the garden. And even the pasta that we eat, it's made out of the wheat that they made flour of. Like, so it's like they know the whole process where the food is coming. And the way my body absorbs that is completely different from when I buy it here, or even I try to make it here. So the quality of the food you put inside your body, 100% your body can doesn't know what to do with it. Like, so if you're eating something that they have never seen before, we just pass it by, even though for our eyes looks like broccoli, but physically that broccoli is nothing but broccoli. But and your body gets confused. Now this whole conversation is very interesting because I don't know you, but now in quarantine, I've been scrolling a lot on my Facebook, and all I can see is people posting things before and after quarantine, me before and after, and it's all these funny pictures of me now and me 100 kilos more when I'm out of this. And it's funny because in my mind I find it like actually now it's so much easier for me to actually lose weight or actually look after myself or put my brain into a routine and into eating healthy and eating well, because I'm not walking around, I'm not passing in front of the coffee shop, I'm not smelling that Thai food that I go like, oh, I'll have my takeaway that I brought from home another day. I'll just have this Thai food now. So I think it's all about having a program that you know what you're following, why you're doing that. And what you said as well about the serotonin, isn't that the hormone that makes you feel happy or
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely.
and when you eating healthy and you're eating well and your body is actually absorbing this great nutrition, you feel happier, so you don't need to compensate with chocolate, with all these other things that just last a little bit. So I don't know, that's for me, but I know out there a lot of people don't think that they can actually get a good program to follow while they're in quarantine. Would you have anything like in mind, or how would you address this for those people that are thinking they're going to actually put on weight instead of losing weight when they're in quarantine?
Yeah, no, that's so true, Pina. And yeah, I've seen those memes as well on Facebook, quite hilarious actually. But hey, guys, just so you know, there is a way of addressing health that is long-term sustainable. So I'm not talking about a fad diet. I'm not talking about something where you're going to lose weight, like, I don't know, 5, 10 kilos 1 month, and guess what? Next month, it all comes back, and even worse. Okay. So I've heard many, many stories like that. That is not what I'm about, or what this program is that I'm about to share with you. What I do when I educate people and share about body, share about foods and ingredients, is we basically do a nutritional rebalancing. Okay, so usually when we're exposed to toxins, those things that I mentioned before to you, whether in our environment or through the foods that we eat, those toxins, when they enter our body goes, oh, problem, there are toxins in your body. And what it does is it wraps those toxins up in fat globules. Gosh, I can't say that word. And what it does is it stores that away from your vital organs of your body. Super smart, right? Because not where your heart is, your lungs, your kidneys, it away in, like, unfortunately, on the backs of our arms, on our butts, on our tummies, and it's not the places we want to be looking extra huggy on. So, but that's where it is, and it's actually done that specifically to protect us, right? A lot of diets out there, they just say calorie count to the hilt. Okay, it's got nothing to do with actually removing those toxins from your body, because if you remove the cause, which are the toxicity in your body, the fat is no longer needed in your body. It will then be released naturally. It is then that sustainable aspect of this new way of looking after yourself that becomes a long-term a success for you, because you're no longer yo-yoing between being lean and being fat and being lean and being fat. You're actually able to sustain this week on week, month on month, year on year. And this is great, right? Because when your body doesn't have toxicity, it is fully able to, when it does have that piece of chocolate or receive that glass of alcohol, like wine and alcohol in all sorts of forms, it's able to detoxify itself by itself because it's clean enough to, right? And that's the thing. If your body's not clean already and functioning as it's meant to, it can't do that. So I help you cleanse. I look at your nutrition in your body, help you to rebalance it, and then you can sustain that forever. So that makes me really happy, because you're going to feel amazing out of that. So yeah, so in terms of COVID, through this time, I do run a 30-day program, which I'll come back to later. But I thought I'd just give you maybe 5 quick tips, okay, about how to keep healthy and look after our wellness during this time. So number 1, okay, get active, okay? So I'm not sure whether you guys realize, but active people actually report fewer colds compared to those that don't exercise regularly. So staying physically active is actually another way of reducing your chances of infection, okay? So if you want to take that to the next level or a step further, make sure you take enough vitamin C. Okay, why vitamin C? Because that reduces the oxidative damage to your immune cells, and then you boost the strength of those immune cells with zinc, FYI. Secondly, focus on nutrition, which is what I've been going on about so far. So apart from practicing good, hygiene, so washing our hands regularly. Yes, you still need to do that. A healthy immune system requires good and regular nourishment, okay, through a balanced mix of vitamins and minerals. So it's best to consume your daily vitamins, minerals through natural food sources, okay, rather than from a pill, okay. So examples of some of those key vitamin minerals for your to boost your immune system are vitamins A, B6, C, D, E, folate, iron, selenium, zinc, and magnesium. So if any of those are lacking in any way, we should look at strengthening that. Thirdly, spend time with your loved ones. And I mean digitally, okay? I don't mean physically. So family, close friends, co-workers, hey, teammates, all play a part in keeping you healthy. Okay, research shows that those who stay socially connected tend to live longer and recover from illnesses better than those that don't. Connection between social support and boosted immunity appears to stem from the body's ability to handle stress. Ta-ta. One of the leading factors in depression, high blood pressure, chronic pain, headaches, obesity, and even heart disease. So this is actually something we may, kind of laugh off, but actually it has huge ramifications that you may not realize. Fourthly, set a regular sleep schedule. Okay, now who is guilty? Hands up. Of like, oh gosh, I get to stay home, which means I can squeeze in one more movie, or no, because that will really throw your body clock out. It's not really the time to be binge watching. Okay, new studies actually show insights into how the immune system restores itself during sleep. Okay, we optimally get 7 to 9 hours of sleep. Deep restorative sleep. That's what I'm talking about, because that's where our white blood cells, which are the foundation of our immunity system, are able to regroup and to prepare for the next day. That's why. So deep, adequate amounts of sleep allow your body to repair tissue and even stimulate muscle growth after exercise. FYI. And lastly, get a good dose of vitamin D. So I'm not sure where you guys are, whether you've got sunlight or not much sun, whichever. Just 15 minutes of sunlight 2 to 3 times a week can actually give you a great dose of this immune boosting vitamin D. Okay. Now, if you can't get enough sunlight or get outside and get some sunlight, then I would recommend taking a vitamin D supplement and getting lots of good vitamin D rich foods onto your plate. So what are those? So things like salmon, other fatty fish, tuna, fortified cereals, mushrooms, etc. So those kind of things you should be able to source from where you are. So that's pretty much my 5 tips, easy tips that everybody can apply to their wherever you are, in whatever situation you're in, whether you're single, couple, married with kids that are like going chaotic in the house, whatever the case may be, all of this you can apply.
Thank you. Thank you. Especially, I think it's important that we talk about immunity and immune system because, well, I'm not sure if people understand why we're doing the quarantine and why we're going to isolation and stuff. This virus is here to stay. Until we find a vaccine, we all still get it. So what the government is doing is just trying not to overwhelm the hospitals where they get to the stage where Italy got, that they have to choose who lives and who dies. They don't want that for Australians, and that's amazing. I wish Italy had thought of their people like Australia is. But that means that you have to put a plan in place now in order to boost your immunity for the whole year or until this vaccine gets uh, uh, arrives to us. And so even if you get the virus, because your body is so strong, you can fight it and you can get over it and the other end. And I think that's what it's very, very important. So even like sometimes I like to make a joke and saying like, oh, you know, yes, I have a little bit of extra fat. That means if I get sick, I have some extra stuff to live on. Usually skinny people die first. But but you know what? You should really look after your immune system. That's, I think, it's one of the most important thing you should really focus on. And now more than ever, we should be focusing on our immune system. Now, I've heard that you have a special for to boost our immune system. Is that true?
Yes, indeedy. The cat's out of the bag. Guys, I have a special that I'd like to share with you. It's called the Immunity Value Pack. It's just coming up on your screen. There it is, the gorgeous Immunity Value Pack. So what it is, it's $421
You
worth
often
of
see it.
product. Yeah, it's gorgeous. For just $191. What that includes, okay, and I'm going to start from the bottom row of products, starting with that box with the blue kind of coloring on it. That's our Digestion Plus. So, you know, I've been talking about your immune system and how it's super important. Oh, bottom left, Pina. Yeah, that's the one. That's it. So that is actually a pre and probiotic with enzymes. It contains over 3 million CFUs, so colony-forming accrements, of Bacillus coagulans, a specific strain of good bacteria. It does not require refrigeration. So girls, you can carry this in your bag, like in your purse, no problem. The beauty of it, once you mix that in with a glass of water and you drink it, it actually activates in your gut. Super important if you're feeling bloaty and just needing to have the good flora back in your gut. This is what you need to have. The next one along, which is our greens balance, that actually is like over 30 fruits and vegetables all ground down to a powder. If you think of the colors or the spectrum of a rainbow, it basically is that. It's got your greens, your reds, your blues, and your yellows in there. All the superfoods like kale and spinach, spirulina, broccoli, etc., etc. It's all ground down, and only just one scoop is all you need into the next thing I'm going to tell you about, which is your shake. So on the right hand side, I've got there, it's just the chocolate protein shake. Chocolate happens to be my favorite. So, but we have vanilla too. So chocolate, this is vegan certified protein. Guys, if you're currently using a protein powder that actually gives you a bit of a tummy upset, I would recommend you try vegan protein. It's actually made out of a combination of pea, rice, and cranberry. Amazing thing is it actually forms a full amino acid profile of protein for you. So that helps to create lean muscle mass. So if you're into building muscle, this is great for you too. You don't have to be building muscle, just if you are. Okay, when you get those 3 products, you actually get the top left-hand product, which is our multivitamin and mineral boost. That, my friends, contains 91% of your zinc daily requirement for your body. 91%, okay? That plus your protein alone will look after your zinc intake completely each day. And alongside with I think 20 over other vitamins and minerals. And on the right-hand side, the other free product you get is our body cleanse. That is a lemon ginger with aloe combination. It also has magnesium. So guys, I mentioned that as one of the key minerals to be intaking every day. The beauty, I guess, of magnesium is it actually regulates the absorption of zinc into your body. So super important those two go together. So guys, this is available till the end of April. If you'd like to grab your hands on this or shout out to me with any questions whatsoever, my contact details are there on screen. So just give me a hoy. Thank
Yeah, and I'll
you.
be actually sharing these as well and on the description box of the video. And I guess that could be as well a great booster as well. Like if you just want to swap one of your meals as your home for one of those shakes. And I think a shake like that will probably keep you fuller for longer, and you don't have to keep snacking or stuff like that. So it could be a great strategy for you not to become the after you're looking for in the memes in our Facebook
Yeah,
page.
absolutely. Absolutely. Guys, it's not just about filling, I just want to say, it's not just about filling your tummies, okay? It may be convenient to grab a biscuit out of the cupboard or a packet of chips or that chocolate bar that looks really, for some reason, really attractive to you at the time. It's actually about fueling your body. When you fuel your body with really good nutrition, you will feel fuller for longer with the energy it needs, and you're not going to crave all those things that are high in fats, high in sugar, and high in salt, which is not actually going to serve your body.
All right. Oh, well, thank you so much, Rebecca, for your time. And thank you so much for all the information you gave. I love the tips. I think people alone, just on that tips, can help us to stay sane mentally and sane physically in this quarantine period. And I guess the most important is for us to stay safe and healthy. And 100% you showed us many options of how to stay that way. As Rebecca said, please reach out to her. Really, she's open for questions. Shoot her a message if you're in Australia. If you're not in Australia, I think she can still reply your messages. Just email her and she'll be more than happy to reply to you. And yeah, thank you so much. And hopefully we get to hug each other one day once all this is over.
Yes, please.
All
All
right.
right.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.